What's happening, YouTube? You're in the building with only one member of the Life Gain Avengers of Current Culture. It's just me. I don't know where the fellas is at. Maybe they had hot dates. They done went and got their vaccine, so they might have a vaccine. Oh, speaking of the fellas, here's one right here.
Sorry about that, man. It's my anniversary today, so I was having dinner with the wife.
Oh, man, you should have told me. I mean, this live stream is not that important to be superseding an anniversary. And happy anniversary to y'all. How many wonderful years is this?
This is 16.
Good God Almighty! See, ain't black love beautiful?
Black love is beautiful, man.
Happy 16th anniversary to Larry. And don't let me get you in the doghouse. Don't let me put you in the doghouse. If you need to go, I expect you to get off this thing right now and go, because I can do this by myself. If you need to go, you can go, brother. Because 16 years of being with the same person, bro, that's a long time. I commend you.
It's easy when you're married to a good woman, though. You know that.
I don't care how good they are. Temptation is a bitch. I mean, look, everybody, look, Holly Berry. Some people would say Holly Berry is the best thing they ever been with. Capitalize on the term been with. They're not with her no more. So, I mean.
You can't afford to be tempted, though, because your wife knows how to kill you and make it look like an accident.
Yeah, you got a point.
People be like, oh, it's so sad. He was only 40 and he had a heart attack.
Yeah.
And she'll be over there like, yeah, it's so sad.
And you know what? They probably let her get away with it too. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a pretty packed show today. Stacey Dash wants to be black again. Should we let her back into the black delegation? we'll react to the latest with her. We've got the final trailer from the Falcon and Winter Soldier. And one of our homeboys, E-Man, has seen it. And ladies and gentlemen, he said it's everything you expecting from the Falcon and Winter Soldier. So we'll watch that last trailer.
Special Negroes, boy.
I tell you, man. But you know what, Larry? We're going to see it next week. And we'll be right here to review it. Joe Biden signs $1.9 trillion into law to stimulate the economy. We'll talk a little bit about
stimulated that. Already, man.
The marketplace was happy to see it, So
yeah,
we'll talk about that. And then last but definitely not least, ladies and gentlemen, Michael B. Jordan is interested in doing a movie direction in the form of Creed #3. We'll talk about that as well. So, Larry, which one of these? Let's go ahead and attack Stacey Dash. But before we do, let me shout out to everybody who is in the comment section. Viola, 351 Cleveland, Alex, Tressa C, who loves your shirt, by the way.
Thank you, Tressa.
Support Gaming
703.
We've got 25 people watching right now, getting us started. Please give me 25 likes and be sure to share our content. So, Larry, you sent me this story about your girl, Stacey Dash. Make me think you got a crush on her.
I used to.
Hey, we all remember those days when she was on that show. But let's give people a little context of what's going on here, then we'll break it down.
I always wondered if some of the more vocal Trump supporters in the entertainment industry would later regret being so vocal, and it looks like Stacey Dash falls under that category. Actress Stacey Dash, from Clueless, of course, who happened to be a Fox News contributor for a hot minute to be a hardcore Trump supporter, says that she's a changed woman now and has apologized to the American people for some of the offensive comments that she's made while serving as a contributor on Fox News. So in 2015, for instance, she claimed that then President Barack Obama didn't care about terrorism. She also called for the elimination of Black History Month, BET, and the NAACP Image Awards, made transphobic comments during an Entertainment Tonight interview, and defended former President Donald Trump's very fine people remarks in response to the deadly Charlottesville hate rally. Remember, that was the rally where the white supremacists were chanting, "The Jews will not replace us." Now, in an interview with the Daily Mail, she says that she regrets all of that and that she's a changed woman. She says, quote, I lived my life being angry, which is what I was on Fox News. I was the angry conservative Black woman. And at the time in my life, it was who I was. I realized in 2016 that anger is unsustainable and it will destroy you. I made a lot of mistakes because of that anger. And she did apologize for some of those awful statements that she made when she was going through this phase. She says, there are things that I'm sorry for, things that I did say. I should not have said them the way I said them. They were very arrogant and prideful and angry. That's who Stacey Dash was, but that's not who Stacey Dash is now. So she said more during this interview, and based on what she was saying, Cenk, it just became very clear to me that she's not really politically aware, right? So, and I say that because, I think we've all noticed that there were certain people who wanted to kind of jump on the Trump train, not because they're deeply political, not because they actually followed what he was doing and actually liked what he was doing, but they saw an opportunity to kind of make a name for themselves by, going out there and supporting.
Larry, on face value, hell no, Stacey Dash can't come back to the cookout.
No,
we need to see actions with those words before we invite you anywhere near the cookout.
Yeah.
First and foremost, she's trying to promote a movie that she's getting ready to drop. Her star has diminished because Fox News don't even want to deal with her no more because she's not on the Trump train. Trump train went down in a disaster. And let's not even forget she was married to a white guy, and in the divorce settlement, her ass ain't get nothing because she found out that when it comes down to the good old boy club, I don't care how good you are as a Black woman, mixed woman, whatever you are. When it comes to the good old boy club, you ain't in it. So no, Stacey Dash, my vote is show me through your actions over a period of time that you are contrite, conciliatory, and you are trying to make amends through your action. But on face value, hell no, you can't come to the cookout. And shouts out to my folk Buzz, who used to like Stacey Dash back in the day, but as of now, Stacey Dash, nobody wants to hear that Tiger Woods shit. No, Larry, give me the floor to you.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you the thing that stuck out to me when I read the article of what she was saying. She said that she apologized. But she didn't really say that she didn't, but she said she apologized for the way she said things.
Oh,
she didn't apologize for what she said. She said that she apologized for the way she said things. I shouldn't have said things in the way that I said them. What that tells me is that she believes the things that she says and doesn't want to apologize for them. She's just trying to go out there and apologize for how she said them. It's just like if I say, you know what, F you. I think you're an a-hole. I mean, maybe I apologize for how I said it. It would have been different. Maybe if I said, you know what? I think you're a complete jerk. I don't like anything about your person, everything else. I'm still saying the same thing. I still feel the same way. But it doesn't matter to me. If you still tell me you don't like me, I don't care if you say it nicely or you say it mean, and you still said the same thing. Nah, she didn't apologize for crap. She went over there because she thought that she can go and hang out and with the Fox News crowd, and they were going to be down with her. She shucked and jived and played the good Sambo, and that didn't work.
Larry, hold on a minute, Larry.
You was a field nigga.
Larry, I got to put this one up. This is your homegirl, Lainey Womack.
She better make an OnlyFans.
Go ahead, Larry. I just had to put that one up. That's a good one, Lainey. That's a good one.
That's it. That's what she should do. She should make an OnlyFans, and she should get up there, and she can go and take pictures in a Make America Great Again bikini and sell her dirty draws to them white boys, and maybe they'll love it. But
I'm sure they would love the smell of sardines. Those Stacey Dean.
I mean, she's offensive in every way. I don't even feel bad about being offensive towards her because she's offensive in every way. She has shown us that she is a horrible human being in such a way that she hates herself, she hates her own people, and somehow she thinks that white people are better. And now she got a lesson to the fact that no, they're willing to use you until they're done with you. And now you're up here trying to come back to the Black folks and say, please, please give me your money, watch my movies, and let me come back and be a celebrity for you again. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
No.
Pass,
Larry,
pass.
when they gonna learn the lesson? They should have learned it from OJ. They ain't learned it from him. You had a chance to learn it from Tiger Woods. You ain't learned it from him. And there's countless others that have been in the same situation. The problem here, Larry, is when some of these people make it, you don't have a diverse circle hanging around you. It's mostly white people, country clubs, blah, blah, blah. So if they put upon you their impressionable thoughts that, oh, there ain't no such thing as racism, you wrong if you're a Democrat, Christians don't let babies get killed, women shouldn't have choice, all this stuff. If you rubbing elbows with these people, you start believing it. But you know what? With Stacey Dash, the way she behaved, Larry, I think she's got deeper insecurities than she has let on in terms of her issues with the African-American race. Because she has said things that are so outlandish. It tells me that someone hurt that poor child's feelings when she was young and said they might have called her the N-word, Larry, and she never got over it. What she needs to do is sit on Oprah's couch with Dr. Phil or someone, air some things out, clear out the issues, let us know why you really behave the way you behave. Then we'll think about inviting you back to the cookout. And even then, it's not going to be a real invite. Even if we're off COVID restrictions, it's going to still be a Zoom invite because we need to see your behavior, Sweet Pea.
I don't want to see her. I mean, I'm not trying to be some unforgiving individual, but I'm not all that interested in seeing her back in the cookout anyway, because I just truly believe that she believes what she said. I mean, I'm just reading her statement, and this statement where she's supposedly trying to be, contrite and trying to say, look, I'm a reformed person. Within that so-called apology, she never apologized for what she said. Nothing. She only apologized for how she said it, which tells me she fully believes in what she said and that's how she feels about Black folks and our culture and everything else. She hates herself, and she hates herself, and so there's no reforming her until she reforms herself. You cannot come around and say welcome back to the cookout when she still hates herself.
Yeah, And we'll leave it there, Stacey. Over here in the Life Games channel, we can't let you back into cookout. Now, what you can do, you can hit me up for an interview so we can ask you pointed questions. My people in my comment section and my subscribers can ask you pointed questions. We're not going to give you no softballs here. We're going to ask you the tough questions, and then you can go down the road of redemption. Till then, no cookouts for you, my dear. Now, Larry, this is right up your alley.
You know what? Before we go on, it's interesting. If she would have came out and said, I did all that because I was crazy and off my meds, people might have forgiven her. Because look at Kanye. People get so upset with the craziness that Kanye does. When Kanye's up there, just straight tap dancing for Donald Trump and all that crap. But black people weren't just like, let's throw Kanye to the wolves and just be done with them. People were like, Kanye's crazy and he's off his meds. And we feel sad for the brother because if he was not rich, somebody probably would have called the police on him and the police would have came and shot him 19 times in the back, on a mental health call. But because he's rich, he gets to sell shoes and make $1 billion and go cupcake with the president because he's rich. But he's crazy. And he's off his meds, and she should have just been like, "Oh, look, I was off my meds. I was out there, and I didn't have anybody to help me get right. And finally, I got my meds regulated, and I realized, oh my God, I did so much damage, and so now I need to come out and go on this apology tour." But she didn't do that. She just came out and said, "Oops, sorry, I apologize for the way I said it."
Yeah.
If she was a real celebrity, she would have a real PR agency that would have been able to walk her through that.
My people out there, don't be fooled. Classism, elitism tend to run a pretty close race with racism. Keep that in mind.
Oh, and she's a woman, so let's not forget about sexism. And she thought them white dudes were going to be up there and treat her as an equal. They don't even treat their own women as an equal. They're going to treat you as an equal?
Exactly. Like, for real. Exactly. Anyway, no, Stacey, no cookout for you, not yet. Now, this story, Larry, I got a lot of stories Larry sent me today. Larry been on his high horse, people, trying to get y'all entertained. We got 55 people viewing this show. Please give me 55 likes. 55 comments if you want to and share our commentary. Larry, you're a tech dude. You sent me this one. Me and Larry both used to do streaming TV reviews, streaming technology reviews, and
we used to go hard.
We went hard. Now, here's the thing. Netflix is about to cut down on password sharing. It's not illegal to share your password, but in their terms of service, way back in the day when we was trying to make a comparison between people streaming apps and TV shows from the internet versus Netflix about legality of the issue, one of the primary arguments people would make would be, well, people sharing Netflix passwords is no different from that. And I honestly agree with them. It really is no difference because Netflix terms of service said you are not supposed to be sharing your password, but with one person based on the tier of service you sign up for. Take a look at what they're trying to do, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll talk about where this is going to go because, Larry, I don't think this is going to lead nowhere positive for Netflix.
No.
Netflix is testing a new feature to clamp down on password sharing. The world's largest streaming service said on Thursday a small number of users will be asked to verify if they share a household with the account holder. It does this by asking for details sent via text message or email, sent directly to the owner. Viewers may delay the verification and keep watching Netflix, but the message may reappear when they return, and they could eventually be required to open a new account to continue streaming. One Netflix spokesperson said this will ensure that people using a certain account have the permission to do so. Netflix's terms of service say users of an account must live in the same household. However, it and other streaming services have declined to broadly crack down on password sharing. Netflix has more than 200 million subscribers globally. It's unclear for now if there are plans for the feature to be implemented more widely.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you right now, this shit ain't going nowhere. It's going nowhere. They can try to enforce this all they want to. What they're going to wind up doing is alienating people and sending them right back to the streaming free subs like Kodi and all the apps that get this stuff online for free anyway. You better be glad that at the very least you have someone in-house who's paying for a password. The problem nowadays, Larry, we've got 1,000,001 streaming services out here, and they're all trying to hit you in the pocket for like $10, $15. And if you have something on 8 different subs, you might as well have cable. The thing that we was trying to do was get rid of cable. And then here comes Kodi. Here comes apps that give you movies and TV shows for free. There's no, and still to this day in America, there's no law that says you can't watch something that's streaming on the internet.
Right.
People make the choice to choose Netflix because they like better quality. They like the faster service. They don't want to deal with the buffering, all that. But if you start restricting what people who are paying for the service can do in terms of if they're sharing it with their daughter who's at college, you're sharing it with your grandma who's in the old home, you start doing that, all you're doing is asking for people to start pushing themselves right back into the Kodi worlds. And we know, Larry, there is no solution to stop that as we speak. The floor is yours, my intelligent brother.
So this is the thing, right? This is where Netflix is. There's a couple things. One, if you share your password, like for instance, I share my password with my brother and my brother's kids, and my wife, obviously. But I mean, my wife and I live in the same household. But what happens if they try and say, oh, well, you can't share it with your brother. He's way out there in California. And so you can't do that. I mean, what happens if somebody just says, well, I have a vacation home in California. That's my other home. That's my second home. And my brother stays there when I'm not there, or my whoever stays there when I'm not there, Or what do you do if your kid's off at college? Well, my kid lives here at home, but they're at college for during the school year. So they're technically still part of the household. And how do I know this? Because I'm paying out-of-state college tuition. That's how, So, I mean, I think this is the wrong time. Right when you have HBO Max and Disney Plus and Amazon Prime Video stepping their game up, and Peacock and Paramount, but all these streaming services are coming for Netflix, and you want to then at this point decide we want to attack our users? I mean, Now, you should have either done this like a year or two ago, or you need to chalk it up and just say, you know what, we're going to have to ride this one out for at least like the next year or two until things calm down with all these streaming services, and then we'll go for it. But because I can tell you right now, I pay for Netflix out of pocket. But if they come out and say, sorry, you can't share your password anymore with your brother and his kids, or you can't share with these other people outside your household, I'm going to cancel my Netflix account. I'm going to go change my plan at T-Mobile, and I'm going to get Netflix for free through T-Mobile, and I won't pay the $17.99 or whatever it is a month. You know, I'll just get it free as part of my cell phone plan. And the only reason why I don't do that now is because with that plan, you only get one stream at a time, and I want to be able to have multiple streams. I think right now my plan gives me like 3 streams or 5 streams at a time. So, you know,
and Larry, I think one thing that's got them reeling, Netflix has 200 million subscribers. 200, Larry. Disney in 14 months got to 100 million. I think they're feeling the pressure of Disney, like you said, and some of these other streaming services. And I think they're starting to think that, okay, a way that we can recruit this revenue, because Larry, think about this, Netflix is still running a huge debt. They've got one of the most expensive stocks on the market, but they're running some debt because they do invest in their creators, their in-house stuff. But one major reason why people got Netflix was because they knew they could just willy-nilly share that password. And I'm telling you, Netflix, no one can stop the free Fire Stick train of movies and TV shows. The technology is not here yet to stop that. If anything, you should be trying to engage your audience by maybe saying, okay, if you have someone, maybe giving people a deal where they get more people into the service, and maybe they can pay like $1 or something like that. Something for you to try to some kind of very, very low cost incentive other than, we're going to restrict 1,100 passwords, and you might wind up cutting into your revenue, having people go jump to Disney Plus, who is beefing up more and more stuff they're putting on their service.
Right, and that's not a new business idea. I mean, cell phone companies have been doing that for a while with the whole friends and family thing. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, you could pay $50 a month for each person, and each person individually can pay $50, $60, $70 a month, or you can get all your friends and family together, and you guys can all join one plan and pay $20 a month each. And everybody's on the same plan, and it helps people stay within the plan because now you're responsible for other people in the plan, because now it's like, okay, well, I have to pay my $20, they have to pay their $20, and they have to pay their $20. It's like sharing rent with someone. Everyone's going to be more likely to stay in, and if somebody starts thinking, well, I kind of want to leave AT&T and go to T-Mobile, they're going to feel more locked in because they're in this friends and family program. So maybe Netflix needs to do something similar to that. But I feel like at the same time, they need to start offering more than what they're offering. It's not that they don't have a lot of content, but what does it say? All I need is ABC.
this girl and her Grace. Oh my God! And I can't even get her to give The Resident on Fox, which is the best medical show on TV. Morris Chestnut, my boy Theo from the Huxtables, and he looks damn good. Emily VanCamp, who's also in Falcon Winter Soldier, Matt Krasinski, who was on The Good Wife. This is a hell of a good show, and I can't even get her to even sniff that way. She won't even look at it, Larry, with her eyes closed. Tressa C, whole thing.
I can't do Grey's Anatomy. I used to watch it back in the day, and then it just jumped the shark for me.
Yeah, so. It drug out, man. I loved it when it first came on too, man. I stopped watching it after Katherine Heigl left the show. That's when I quit watching it.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I probably watched maybe one season after she left, and then I was like, nah, I'm out. I'm good. I've seen enough. It got to the point where you used to look forward to the show coming on, and then it was like, did we watch that? And then you realize, like, after a while, you're like, oh, I hadn't caught up on it, and I didn't really care, so you just stop watching.
Boy, y'all funny tonight. Jocelyn said, damn, Netflix, we ain't even got the stimulus check yet. And then John Doe says, tax season is here, plus them stimulus checks coming. Netflix is trying to capitalize. Of course they are. But here's the thing. Some of that stimulus money is going to go to the stock market. And some people are going to be buying Netflix's stock. Netflix needs to take some of that capital, invest in a wider array of content to keep people at bay from wanting to get stuff off the fire stick from the internet. You guys in the streaming world have been doing a good job of making your content in a way delivers so much quality. You make some people not want to deal with what you deal with when streaming it from the internet. And I'll give you guys credit. Netflix done well. Disney done really well. Some of the other ones have done well. But if you keep inching that price up closer to $20, you're going to start losing people. And if you keep talking about you can't share a password with someone outside your house, that's still your damn relative, and you're going to make it hard for them to use it, you're going to price yourself out the market, because people will then say, you know what? I don't need it to be in 4K. I don't need it to be 1080p. I can watch it in 360 if it's free. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I feel you, and I also think that Netflix probably needs to go ahead and get themselves a live TV service, because there's a lot of people out there that still want to have live TV so they can watch their local news, they can watch sports, whatever, but they don't want to pay for a cable package, and some of these other streaming services are too much when you look at like YouTube TV, which is like, I think it's $60 a month or something like that, and some of the other ones are very similar. I mean, if they came out with a nice streaming package that was, let's say it would cost $25 for the streaming package, including your Netflix. I mean, they would kill with that. They would absolutely kill with that. They already have 200 million subscribers, so they can really make a hard sell to all the networks when it comes to licensing deals. When they start talking about, we can deliver your channel, your network to 200 million homes, we need a price that's going to make it get in 200 million homes. I think they could do it.
Right. And like I said, Disney got into 100 million homes, Larry, in 14 months.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, unbelievable. So we'll pause it with Netflix there. We'll keep an eye on Netflix now. We watching you, Netflix. We watching you, damn Paul. Because
eye on you.
I'm telling you now, it's too many easy ways to get this stuff for free. You better quit tripping. So let's talk about Biden, ladies and gentlemen. Biden went and did the reverse of what the Trump administration did. The Trump administration gave y'all a $1.9 trillion tax cut. Who did that tax cut benefit? No one in the middle class and poor. So now what Biden has circled back around and has done, just like he said he would do, with the help of you guys getting out there and voting and putting some Democrats in the Senate seat, he is reversing that ship. And y'all know it's hard as hell to get the Titanic to turn around. But Biden's got the Titanic turned around. He's taking that money. He's investing in you, middle class, business owners who are not large businesses. And he's going to try to make that money work for you. Here's a little bit of a clip of what they're saying about Joe Biden and what he has pulled off in his first 100 days in office.
The President of the United States has signed the historic COVID-19 relief stimulus worth nearly $2 trillion. The so-called American Rescue Plan is expected to help in the recovery of the pandemic-hit economy, as well as ramp up COVID-19 vaccinations. Our Chen Min-jiang reports.
U.S. President Joe Biden has signed the $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief stimulus a day earlier than planned. The president signed the bill on Thursday afternoon in the Oval Office in a swift move to infuse economic aid to Americans. This comes a day after the relief package was passed by Congress.
This historic legislation is about rebuilding the backbone of this country and giving people in this nation, working people, middle-class folks, people who built the country, a fighting chance. That's what the essence of it is.
According to the White House press secretary on Thursday, Americans will start receiving stimulus checks as early as this weekend. Key features include $1,400 stimulus payments to most Americans, increased COVID-19 vaccine distribution funds, as well as weekly unemployment benefits. It also includes an expansion of child tax credit and $350 billion to support state and local governments. Later on Thursday, Biden will be delivering a televised primetime speech marking the one-year anniversary of the COVID-19 lockdown. Citing Biden on Wednesday, the New York Times reported the president will talk about what comes next and explain what his administration will do in the next phase of the response. A White House official says Biden will also level with the American people and provide hope to defeat the pandemic. Choi Min-dong, Arirang News.
Now, as you can see, that newscast was from Asia talking about what Biden is doing. And ladies and gentlemen, I've got some people in the comment section having stock questions because some people are getting their game plans ready. Well, we have a show for that. It's called the Sunday Night Game Plan, where we explain to you different things that you should be looking to buy the week coming to help you maximize your portfolio. So everybody that's down in the comment section talking about stocks, me and Larry do a 7 p.m. every Sunday show talking about the best moves you can make each individual week in stocks. And we take your questions, yada, yada, yada. And we make it quick, fast, and fun. Something that a lot of women do not like to hear. Larry, with this Joe Biden stimulus, my brother, let me show you what's in this bill. Look at this. It's 1.9 trillion stimulus package, 16 billion going to agriculture, 56 billion to transportation, some roads and some bridges going to get fixed, $59 billion going to small businesses. That's me and Larry. 105 billion going to health. COVID-19 response, 123 billion. Expanded tax credits, which let me tell you what's in there. You're going to be getting $3,500 tax credit, and you're going to also be getting, for the stimulus checks, you're not going to have to pay taxes on that. And he's going to limit up to $10,000 the unemployment taxes you have to pay on unemployment. So when you combine all that, you're basically getting a $10,000 floor before you got to pay taxes. So that's in there. Education, 176 billion. Now, what I would like to know is what is 194 for other? Now, this is where we can legitimately argue about, okay, government, what you doing? That's where you argue about that. There you go. You see 246 billion extended in unemployment. We definitely need that. 362 governments. And when it says government, it's not just talking about the federal government. It's talking about municipalities, cities, and states that have been ravaged by COVID. And then last but not least, 410 billion in stimulus checks. Larry, how can anyone argue against this bill other than the part that says other, that you don't know what's in there? But short of that, is this not a bill that is designed to help middle class and poor the way it should always have been designed? How do you argue against this, Larry?
Yeah, it looks like it. And here's the thing that I think that people, I know the Republicans want to get all bent out of shape about this stuff, and it's always the people that would benefit the most from these programs that complain about it. But the rich folks that want to complain about it need to understand that when all this money gets spent, that the everyday working Joe doesn't own a business. The everyday working Joe works for somebody who owns a business, and so this money is going to go to you anyways. All these rich people that are complaining, oh, all these stimulus checks are going out. Well, guess what? When these stimulus checks go out, guess where they're going to spend them at? At your big box store, at the company that you own stock in. When there's an infrastructure deal, guess who's going to get money out of that? Your big company, because they're going to buy concrete and they're going to buy trucks and haulers and backloaders and all the other stuff. It's just it's sort of ridiculous to sort of complain about this. It's like somebody saying, you know what, we're going to pass a bill that's going to give you $1.9 trillion over the next couple of months, and all you have to do is just shut up and wait for the American people to spend the money. Right. And they have a problem. I don't understand it. Well, like, just shut up and let the money come in.
Well, first, before I dive back in on that part, shout out to Laney Womack. We appreciate you. You were so instrumental in this channel in getting Larry to really get on his shit when it came to Marvel and comics. You inspired Larry, and through your inspiration, he is a better comic geek at this point. And we appreciate that. We appreciate that so much, Laney Womack. This is for you and Larry.
Yeah, go ahead and burn all that.
My king, we cannot do that. It is our tradition.
When I tell you to do something, I mean that shit. Burn it all!
Laney Womack, cheers to you and cheers to Killmonger too.
Yeah. And so, here's something, and Larry's making the parallel of how one-sided Republicans tend to be about these bills. They know that government tends to has some polar opposites in some cases. So, for example, some crazy blade is saying, I heard prisoners get money. Well, that's true. But let me tell you another time they got money. In the last rescue bill that Trump did, but Republicans didn't talk about it then. They're only talking about it now because they want to throw salt on Joe Biden's wet parade. But they got checks then too.
Here's the thing, though. Prisoners are American. I mean, these checks are only for American citizens and legal residents. And citizens are. I mean, prisoners are citizens too. The people that are citizens that have committed a crime or got set up and didn't commit a crime, but they're still in jail. These people are citizens. They have a right. They have rights just like everyone else. And if there's something that is being sent out to the people of America, they should be able to participate in that as well. Yep. You know?
I agree. And look, I agree with D Sizzle because what we saw from other countries that are up and running, like China, they was paying people to stay their ass at home, and they was also enforcing the mask mandate. If you took your ass out there without a mask, they throw your ass in jail. What do we do here? Here, first of all, it's too hard for us all to wear a mask. Oh, we can't wear no mask. The government could and should have done this because Trump invited Andrew Yang, who was the candidate running for president, saying that moms or whoever's a stay-at-home parent should be paid a wage to stay at home and deal with the kids and deal with all the stuff that parents who stay at home have to do. Oh, they scoffed at him until coronavirus hit. And when coronavirus hit and they was trying to figure out ways, how can we get people to stay at home and not panic? This idea came up, and what did the Republicans do? Smacked it down like they was Ike Tina beating Turner. Yeah. Hell no. But you're absolutely right. If you would have paid people to stay home, less people would have been out and about running around. And of course, we would have had some people manipulating it a little bit. Yes, because you're going to get that. You're going to get it now. You got it when Trump did his bill. You got it when Trump passed his tax cut. Yeah, you're going to get that. But this would have incentivized people not to be going to jobs, risking their life, or just going out in general because they needed to survive. So I agree. That would have been a good idea. Finish your thought. Oh, good God almighty. Lord have mercy. Oh, my God. Big time Buzz. Buzz. Well, this past week, the damn Republicans was talking about Dr. Seuss green eggs and ham. Really? Yeah, they was because they didn't want to give Joe Biden his shine. And not being like a Republican, my folk Buzz, I'm going to give you your shine, and I'm going to give you a good, nice video because me and you, we gets down like that.
What, you don't think I can write them books? Just because I'm blind don't mean I'm dumb.
How could this have happened? A black white supremacist.
Show us your face. We want to see your face. Yeah. Who said that? You want to see my face? Clayton, go on, brother.
He was the only Negro we'd ever had around here. So we figured we'd make it easier on Clayton by just telling him and all the other blind kids that he was white.
Don't be afraid.
Don't you sometimes wish that same thing would happen to Trump? That he's all that makeup, and if they really knew he was black on the inside, they would just lose their shit.
A collective head explosion all over the country.
Yeah,
that lady
man.
killed me with her accent. We just thought it better to tell him that he wasn't a Negro.
Oh man, no. Let me tell you about Buzz. See, Buzz is retired. He's getting a couple of pension checks. Let me tell you, he getting checks, Lane. And if you in desperate need of a sweetie pie who's getting checks, what can I say? And Buzz, you know we picking on both of y'all, but we appreciate you.
Lady,
both,
you might need to become a sugar baby.
Hey,
you know. I saw Buzz up there hitting his 3 times in his 2109. I see him doing the math. I like that.
Yeah, man. Dude is highly educated, highly intelligent, and we rocks with this brother. But Larry, finish your point on Joe Biden and this stimulus and what you think is going to happen for America. The markets already had it baked in, my people.
Yeah,
the markets already had it baked in.
Things are going well. I think it's going to keep going well. I mean, it's for one, he's doing exactly what he said he was doing, where he's like, I'm going to get shots in people's arms in the first 100 days, and he's doing that. You know, he is doing that. Old Donald Trump tried to put out a Facebook message or a tweet or something the other day talking about if it wasn't for me during my presidency, there wouldn't even be these shots to give out, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, man, we wouldn't even need all of this if you simply would have told people wear a mask.
Right.
I mean, people would have been wearing a mask. We wouldn't have had this spread. It would have been like a lot of these other countries where they have, you know, a total of 200 deaths or 500 deaths. It wouldn't be this thing where we have 500,000 people gone because of this. So, you know, big ups to Joe Biden. Trump gets no props for anything, nothing whatsoever. I mean, you know, he had no distribution plan for the vaccine, and Biden came in, you know, with no cooperation from the previous administration, got the ball rolling, and people are getting shots.
Yep. And as a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, one of those people's getting a shot this Wednesday is me. I'm going to record it. I'm going to put it up here, let you guys see it. I'm getting my shot Wednesday at noon, and whole household to be vaccinated.
I'm getting my first one tomorrow.
Congratulations, my brother. Me and you might actually be seeing each other in person as soon as we can get these shots in us.
I know, man.
You know, we can make some things happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you can, call your county's health department, the hotline or your state hotline, because as of this coming Wednesday, the 17th, almost every group is available to go get the shot. Group 4 is open on Wednesday. Go get vaccinated so that we can try to make this a prosperous summer. And the stock market is watching and smiling, and we're going to keep you guys informed on that. So, Larry, it's fun time now, Larry.
All right.
Now we got the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which comes out next Thursday. We're going to be busy as hell, Larry. We're going to be reviewing that probably on Friday night. We're going to be reviewing Snowfall on Thursday night. So it's about to pick up for us, man. It's going to be fun, but we're going to make this channel grow. So here's a good look, my people, at the final Falcon Winter Soldier trailer before it drops this coming Thursday.
The world is upside down. People need something to get behind. They need the symbol.
Superheroes cannot be allowed to exist. I have no intention to leave my work unfinished.
Just blink, sweet Jesus. I mean, how old are you?
So what's our plan? So no plan.
Great.
My
might be a part of the big three. What big three? Androids, aliens, and wizards. That's not a thing. That's definitely a thing. No, it's not. There are no wizards. Doctor Strange is a sorcerer. A sorcerer is a wizard without a hat.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, this thing, this is going to be what some of you wanted the very first part of WandaVision to be. Our big homie E-Man has already seen the first episode, and he's giving it a 9 out of 10. Action, drama, even the comic relief, like what we just seen, was perfectly timed the way you would see it on the Marvel big screen. He's saying this feels like the big screen has come to your home from Disney Plus. But this is the one that we all was excited for in the first place. And one of the main villains in this thing is Zemo. Now, some of you guys might be saying, Zemo? We supposed to be excited about Zemo?
Isn't that a malt liquor drink from back in the day? Kind of like a wine cooler?
Hell, I don't know.
Oh, no, that was Zemo. My bad.
Let me tell you guys. Yes, in certain comics and cartoons, he's been pretty. He's not been all that great of a villain. But I trust Marvel. They have taken people in the past that I thought, why do I want to see him on the screen? And they made him big time. For example, the Winter Soldier. I didn't care to see Captain America go against the Winter Soldier, but guess what? That wound up being one of my top 5 best Marvel movies that they've done. Winter Soldier was a damn good movie. And actually getting to see Anthony Mackie be a black lead, because this is his lead, ladies and gentlemen. Don't make no mistake. This is his lead. He didn't even have to audition for the role. They said, this is your lead. This is you. We handed the torch to you. I'm excited for it. I think we can finally get a chance to see what can Anthony Mackie do in something that's got a lot of money behind him. Good cast, good script. This is going to be good. Larry, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's in this scenario where you're really trying to move up a couple of people that have been sort of, now I don't want to call them sidekicks, but kind of sidekicks, second tier heroes in some respect. When you start moving them up to the front of the line, I think it's important to not give them a villain that's too, I don't know. I don't want to say too popular, I guess, because
what you're trying to say is you don't want to give you definitely don't want to give a cosmic threat. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, you want to keep all the attention on on Falcon and Winter Soldier, so that as the story goes on and people see them, they learn about them, they're more familiar with them, they're not so focused on the villain. I think that was sort of what they did with Wanda.
Well, I think you do want a compelling villain because
no doubt.
Because we was compelled by Agatha. But the thing is, Agatha by herself is not really a match for Wanda. And I would say that their power sets were close, but we know Wanda could whip her ass. And that's how it is with Zemo. Zemo doesn't really do anything special. He's kind of like Falcon and Winter Soldier. He uses his technology, he uses his conniving, his cunning to get what he wants. And it's going to be interesting because he has connections with Hydra. So we know we're going to be seeing probably Hydra. I think Crossbones is supposed to be in this thing. We're going to get a lot of those undercard players in this thing. And with the way Marvel does their scripts, I don't see anything bad coming from this, Larry. We're going to be in for a ride. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I guess my thing is I want to see a compelling story. I don't really care about. I mean, I do care about the villain. I don't want it to be a non-compelling villain, but I just want it to be a compelling story. I'm okay with whatever villain I guess they give us in some respects. I mean, sort of like with WandaVision, I was a little disappointed we didn't get someone more with than Agnes, Agatha Harkness. But I mean, in all due respect, if this were a second season of Wanda, then I would say give us a bigger villain. But Wanda didn't really know what she was doing yet. She didn't have control of her powers. So I think the way they did it the last time was a good setup. And maybe this villain who's not like a super duper badass, he's not some, like you said, a cosmic threat. He's not a Thanos or something. He's a good starter villain. You know?
Yeah. Well, he was already in Civil War. He's the one that got the Civil War started. It was him, his conjuring between Iron Man and planting seeds and trying to take over the world. It was him that got that started. And I guess they're just going to pick up with what happens after the Black Panther basically captured his ass and he wanted those good guys to tear themselves apart. If you can remember that story, that line that Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa, said to him, you want them to tear each other apart. And so I'm assuming maybe he breaks out of jail, whatever happens is going to be interesting. Guys, just have faith in Marvel. I'm with you, Larry, but the reason we all felt like we wanted more in the WandaVision story was because Marvel kept planting Easter eggs in it. Right. I love E-Man. I don't give a damn what E-Man say. He's a great reviewer, but on that one, to some degree, well, I can't even say that because he did agree with me. You can't put whole scripts in the story and then get mad when you let the fans down, like them teasing bringing in the engineer. You put that in 3 episodes, you can't get mad we don't see it. But like E-Man did say, if you put in a milk carton and then you put in an evil person on the milk carton that's in the comics and he don't show up, that's different. And I agree with that. But you kept leading up to there was more to the story. The rabbit could be a demon, all this other stuff that you didn't pay out that you put in there. So hopefully if they do that with Falcon and Winter Soldier, they'll pay it off. And I think they will. And
we're going to see Agnes again. So maybe some of the stuff that we were thinking about, like with Mr. Scratchy or whatever his name is, maybe some of that stuff will pay out either in a later series or a movie.
Yeah, I hope so. But I mean, Larry, these pictures of this, man, it looks good to me, man. It looks good.
I'm interested to see. Are we gonna get an episode that puts Winter Soldier up there and puts Bucky back having to face Hydra again, and because dude's got PTSD. So,
well, I mean, Zemo is the one who had the book that read the code that unlocks that Hydra part in Bucky. That's gonna happen. Know that's going to happen. And what is Anthony Mackie going to do to get him back in line? So I'm interested, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll park it there with that. And the last story of the night, y'all know this brother right here. He's making waves. And guess what? He wants to direct Creed 3, and he's going to direct Creed 3. Take a look at this. It's official. Michael B. Jordan will not only star in Creed 3, he will also make his directorial debut in the new film. Tessa Thompson, Felicia Rashad are expected to both return for the 3rd installment. Directing has always been an inspiration, but the timing had to be right. Creed 3 at the moment, a time in my life where I'm grown more sure of who I am, holding agency in my own story, maturing personally, growing professionally, and learning from the greats like Ryan Coogler, most recently, Denzel Washington, and other top-tier directors I respect, all of which sets the table for this moment, explained Jordan in a statement. Creed 3 set to come out July 2022. Larry, are you excited? Because let's keep in mind, Michael B. Jordan did direct the show he did with Oprah, David Meets Man. I saw 1 episode of it, and I thought it was okay, but you can't judge a TV series based on 1 episode.
I didn't see that.
I saw it. That 1 episode I saw was pretty good. And the movie that he did where he was the lawyer for Jamie Foxx, God, what was the name of that movie?
Oh yeah, I know the one you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, where he had a little help. It was a biopic about Jamie Foxx's character getting out of jail, but he had a small directorial role in that. He got a credit. He wasn't the main director, but he did get a credit. So how are you feeling about him doing his own thing? Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to see what he can do. I hope that Stallone still has a seat at the table in a real meaningful way, because all these Rocky movies have been Stallone's babies in a lot, and they've all been, not all of them, but most of them been really good. I mean, Rocky 1, 2, 3 were all good. They got a little silly when they got to the ones where he was street fighting with that one dude. I can't remember his name now. But they were all good movies for the most part. And then when they rebooted them with the whole Creed series, these are good too. So I hope that even if he's going to put his stamp on there, I hope that Stallone still has a seat at the table to bring in that sort of old school Rocky flavor that we all love and show up to see.
I'm sure he's going to have him in there in some capacity. He's got to have him in there because,
but not just in the movie. I hope he has him in there. I hope he's there on the creative side as well.
Yeah, he can give some of his script back to it, because I think people tend to forget Sylvester Stallone wrote Rocky himself. Sylvester Stallone was working in a meat factory chopping up sandwiches when one day he was like, you know what, I'm going to follow my dream. I've written this story. Not only did he get the story to pass, but they let him star in his own story that he wrote. That's how he became Sly Stallone. So,
and you know, it's amazing. The second one was even better. Like, I know, like, when people think of Rocky, they think of two things. They think of Yo Adrian, which is the first one. But the other one people think of is a dun 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 dun, and the whole running through the streets of Philadelphia, and then running to the top of the art museum steps, and dun, 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 all that. That was the second movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, how many sequels do you see that are better than the first one? That's just a rare thing. You know, that's just a rarity.
I can't hardly think of any like that, Larry. I really can't.
That's just a rare thing, and that one was better than the first one.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he does a fantastic job. I understand that he has some serious heavyweights that are going to be advising him. So I expect that he'll come with it. You know.
Yeah.
It could be tough though. I think if you're talking about your direct, you know, I mean, if this is your real directorial debut as your full feature film and you're starring in it as well, that could be tough. So, you know, he's going to have his plate full.
For sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that'll conclude it for us. We want you guys to be safe. Enjoy what is supposed to be a pretty decent weekend on the East Coast. I don't know about the flyover states and the West Coast, but East Coast is supposed to be pretty clear. Ladies and gentlemen, again, let's get this country back to where it needs to be at. Go get that vaccine. I've seen some people who have finally had a chance for the first time hug their grandchildren, love on their grandchildren. Those are the best stories to come from all this, when this country literally got torn apart. We lost.
Got one more before we go, man.
Go for it. Oh, we do? Oh, man.
We got one more.
Oh, man. Jimmy,
you go.
Jimmy, my brother. Look, man, I appreciate you, my brother. Let me give you something special too, man, because I can't do this without y'all. Let me give you a little bit of this is an old classic too.
I'm gonna try to do a little poetry for y'all. It's an original piece written by me, Fly Guy. And I want to dedicate this piece to all you players and all you ladies out there. Name of this piece is called My Bitch Better Have My Money. My bitch better have my money. Through rain, sleet, or snow.
It was a Shakespeare.
My hoe better have my money.
I'm telling you, that boy's a genius. Tell it.
Not half, not some, but all my cash. Because if she don't, I'm gonna put my foot dead in her ass.
Gift of the year is Try Guys.
Boy, I tell you, man, Black folks, we've got some classics out there for real. We've got some daggone classics out there, man. And I'm gonna have to step up my video game. So when you guys super chat, I get some new content up here to have you guys stay rolling with some of our classics. And Jimmy, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, there's no dollar amount too small that we don't utilize on this channel to keep trying to bring you all the topics and reviews that we do in our own way. So grateful to you and everybody else that's still supporting us and sharing our content, man. But I want you all to get on the vaccination schedule, my people. Get out there, get vaccinated. And having said that, Larry, you get the last word before we get out of here.
Yeah, man. Just everybody, please continue to mask up. Keep doing that thing. We're all a little worn down, and people are suffering from, you know, COVID lockdown fatigue and all that. But I feel like we're in the final stretches of this thing. If we can all just sort of hold tight for another few months, It's already mid-March, so if we can just hold tight, I feel like by the summertime we should all get vaccinated. We should all be vaccinated by then and ready to start rolling with life, like, mostly back to normal in some respects. I think pretty much back to normal. I know Biden and them are talking about they want everybody vaccinated by July 4th. I mean, that would be a really true Independence Day right there, is to have everybody vaccinated and rolling. So in the meantime, please continue to protect yourselves, protect your neighbors, protect your family, protect that stranger that you have no idea about, protect that dude down the street that you hate that always reminds you to put your trash cans in when you don't feel like it. Protect that dude too by wearing a mask.
Yep. And until Sunday's stock game plan show, my people, we'll be here to let you guys know what's going on, what moves have been made on the weekend. We'll see you then, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Peace.